Today we're going to change the sand in this Intex Sand Filter. Stay tuned. First thing we're going to do is shut the valve coming from our skimmer into the pool pump. That way we don't lose any water coming out of the pool. Next thing we're going to do is drain the water out of the sand filter. While our water's draining, we're going to loosen both pipes, the in pipe and the out pipe going into the sand filter. Last thing we need to do is remove a couple screws that hold this collar onto the top of the sand filter. Gently lift straight up. Alright. See our old sand? We're going to want to plug this up. See, anything that falls into this will end up getting pumped straight into the pool. And our next task is to remove all this sand. Really the only way to do this well is with a Shop Vac. If you don't have a Shop Vac, now is the time to go get one. So let's get in there, make some noise, get this sand out. So we got most of the sand out. Use the hose, try and rinse some of the sand stuff to the sides, get it down to the bottom. You need to drain that water out. We've got the sand filter completely cleaned out. You cannot do this without a Shop Vac. It would just take you all day to try and get the sand out. And you want to be very careful that you don't crack anything down below with all the weight of the sand on it at the ends of the return tube. Down here you'll see that there's a fill level that we're going to aim for when we put in our new sand media. We're actually going to replace with a product called ZeoSand. It's supposed to be a little bit better than Silica Sand because it's got greater surface area, and you can fill to the level that we need in this filter with 50% of the weight. So we're going to cap up the bottom of the tank. We're going to fill the tank with about 50% water, and then we'll start putting in our filter media. So we're ready to start putting our ZeoSand media into the tank. Hopefully you still have this piece from when you first bought your sand filter. It's going to help you cap off this center tube so you don't get sand media into it, and it's going to keep this pipe centered so that when you put your valve in, everything lines up. So we've got two 25-pound bags. This is supposed to take up twice as much volume per pound as typical silica sand. Our filter says that it takes 100 pounds. So hopefully 50 pounds of this will do the trick. See the filter media looks kind of more pumicey. I think it's kind of like that consistency. It's kind of spongy and a lot more surface area because of all the little nooks and crannies. So it's got better filtering ability. Just try and put this in there slowly. It's always nice if you're level once you get everything back together. So we're pretty good there, and we're close here, so I'm just going to give it a little nudge and then we'll be ready to hook everything back up. Backwash and rinse this new media for a while, probably a couple minutes, and then we'll be filtering the pool. So just doing a quick inspection of the O-ring. Looks good all the way around. Just got to put this little plastic filter basket back on the bottom of the valve, and then we should be ready to put this back on the sand filter. Start these by hand. We'll get everything lined up, and then we'll snug it up with our drill. I want to get these pretty evenly tight on both sides so we don't pull too much to one side. Little rubber caps so you don't cut yourself on the ends of these bolts. Have to tighten that a little bit more. I'll give about a week before I post the video so I can leave some comments in the description on my first impressions. If your sand is 3 to 5 years old, it might be time to replace it depending on how much you run your filter. Go ahead and leave some comments. Please subscribe, and we'll keep the videos coming.